We start with good fresh chicken, like we know we should.
11 herbs and spices, make it finger-licking good.
We don't freeze roll or chop it. It's chicken, nothing more.
That's a real good reason why smart folks come here more. It's so nice to feel, so good about a meal, so good about Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Ford introduces a new wagon for the American road. The all-new LTD Country Squire for $79. A new wagon with more driver convenience, more handling ease, more window area, and more passenger room than last year's Country Squire.
This land is your land. This land is my land.
The all-new Ford LTD Country Squire for $79. See it at your Ford dealer now.
Hi, I'm Coach Sam Rutigliano of the Cleveland Browns, and I hope you'll do it in the American way on Election Day. Go to the polls Tuesday and vote for the candidate of your choice.
The preceding announcement was brought to you as a public service by the National Football League. There's Bubba Bean saying hi to all the folks back home.
We have an update on the Pittsburgh-New Orleans ball game as Bradshaw has thrown a 24-yard touchdown pass to Rocky Blau, his second of the day.
Deep man is Williams. Dave Williams at the 10 out to the 20-yard line and stopped at the 24. Of course, a New Orleans loss would be good news to the Falcon fans because coming into this game, Atlanta and New Orleans were tied for second place in the Western Division with identical marks of 5 wins against 4 losses. And if Atlanta wins this one and New Orleans loses, they move into undisputed possession of second place, 2 games behind the Rams, pending, of course, the outcome of the Rams game later today against Tampa. One of the Falcons shaken up on the play. Number 77 is Edgar Fields, second-year man from Texas A&M, fine specialty team player for the Falcons. I would say Atlanta's got things pretty under control here, wouldn't you?
I think they're in good shape. In fact, we see some people starting to depart from the stadium already, trying to beat the traffic, I'm sure, Frank.
Again, a reminder that Dallas-Miami follows this game on most of these CBS stations. Steve DeBerg has to throw the football now. Paul Seal, number 85, who has seen little action thus far this afternoon, out of bounds after making the reception. That's going to put DeBerg in the plus category for the first time this afternoon in passing yardage.
Well, he's got 2 for 12.
That's his third down. 3 out of 13.
3 out of 13 we'd have, huh?
Second down 4. 49ers at their 30-yard line. A lot of pressure on DeBerg as he delivers the football and almost has it picked off. That got you so excited you almost lost the program.
I thought he saw 6 points on that. He came right up there and the ball went right through his arms.
Say hello to June Jones.
Junie's warming up. I believe he'll probably play the last part of this fourth quarter. See his statistics: 26 from 62 for 291 yards, and he played a very fine football game, subbing for Bartkowski in the Ram ball game. Frank came in and drove the team down and was enabled Mazzette to come up and kick those field goals.
Third down 4. 49ers at their 30. Blitz is on, and DeBerg really has to hustle to get the pass away, but it's incomplete. I understand that we can report that Alex Hawkins is alive and well and living in Atlanta.
He's well, and you're in the house that the Hawk built.
This is it, huh?
This is it. Third down conversion is 2 for 11 for the 49ers. Not a very good percentage.
Connell in to do the punting. Rickman is deep, number 82. Shanked this one a bit. Well, I believe it was touched by Atlanta, so he best fall on it. Rick Byers, number 38. Falcons will get the ball at their 37-yard line with 8 minutes and 16 seconds left to play. the way in that New Orleans-Pittsburgh game. Less than 2 minutes to go in that contest. So the Falcons lead the 49ers 21-3 after that 32-yard punt.
Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of
Did Frank burn the trout yet?
No, but we're ready.
Okay, you guys, knock it off. I don't believe it. And a little something to go with it.
Lowenbrow.
Lowenbrow. And you guys don't deserve it, but my trout does.
When you want the taste of a truly great beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
Well?
Frank, we apologize. The beer's terrific.
We're not exactly alike. I'm wearing JCPenney Plain Pockets jeans, and I'm wearing the world's best-selling jeans. My jeans are made of tough, heavy denim with good looks and great styling. And mine have this fancy stitching on the back pocket. But Plain Pockets only cost you $10. JCPenney Plain Pockets. The big difference between us and them is the pocket and the price. I'll buy lunch.
A tennis star who's into another racket. A preacher with some exotic ideas. A cheerful Phyllis George. An earful of Bonnie Franklin and Liza Minnelli. All on People Monday night.
That's the new quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons. Number 14, June Jones, has come on. Probably a smart move in view of the fact they've got things pretty well under control. And Bartkowski with that tender shoulder. They don't want to certainly risk losing him for a long period of time with the game pretty well put away.
Well, I think it's a mistake a lot of coaches make, that they don't play the second-team quarterback enough, especially when you're ahead by 2 or 3 touchdowns, and give him as much experience as you possibly can.
Ricky Patton looking for some running room, and he found it up the middle.
It's really
out to the 45, almost a first down.
Excuse me, Frank, I'll interrupt. It's a situation that Baltimore's got themselves in over the last 4 years. Burt Jones has played just about every play for 4 years, and then now he's been hurt for the whole season, and they don't have an experienced quarterback to take his place, and they've been hurting all year long.
Of course, you always had Mr. Morrow around.
We had somebody who had tremendous experience like Earl Morrow and did a fine job. Jimmy Mitchell is now out of the ball game. James Wright, number 83, in at tight end.
2nd and 2. Falcons at their 45 now would like to run the clock down some. We get a flag. 49ers had faked the blitz. Ray Strong on the carry. And the 49ers, they have been offside. Take a look at it.
Little over anxious at this point.
Stan Buns, the middle linebacker, 57.
He's going to be a fine one, too. They're very high on Buns as the middle linebacker. Has been doing a fine job this afternoon. He thought he had the cadence time just perfectly, but they were not able to do it.
Holding, defense, offside, offset, 2nd down.
So the Falcons guilty of holding, 49ers offside, offsetting penalties. We play it over, 2nd down and 2. Falcons at their 45-yard line. 49ers have 3 straight home games following this one. St. Louis, Los Angeles. And they play Pittsburgh. That'll be a Monday night game. Boy, the Cardinals have started to come back now. And the Rams. Pittsburgh doesn't get any easier, does it?
No, it certainly doesn't. Pittsburgh's going to be a tough football team all year long.
Fred O'Connor, of course, trying to put his best foot forward, and perhaps with a strong showing in the last part of the season, get that interim removed from his name.
Well, we wish him well. He has to do something with that offensive team.
Again, Ray Strong in trouble. Bob Jury trying to run him down. He's way back at the 30. Now decides to go up the middle. Well, he lost 7, but he could have lost 20 the way things were going. Joe Harris finally making the stop. That's one way to run the clock down.
You'd rather go straight ahead or almost straight ahead. Not too much laterally. Let's watch him right here. Can't get outside.
He ran 40 yards on his play.
Decides to come back. Junie Jones hits a man right there. Nothing over this side. Oh, me, where am I going? Get down to the ground and save the yardage.
So the ball is spotted at the 40-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down instead of 2nd and 2. They now have 3rd down and 7. Make it 3rd and 6. Yep. Looked like the Falcons went into their pass protection a little bit early before the snap.
Now they're starting to lose concentration. To use one of those old sayings of Yogi Berra, the game's not over till it's over.
73. Ball start.
It's against Phil McKinley. Backup performer in the Falcons offensive line is this Atlanta offensive unit now, sprinkled with second teamers. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left to play in the game. Third down, 12. June Jones, first pass attempt of the day. Throws a rainbow out there, and Rickman makes a great catch at the 40-yard line, and we get a penalty marker on the play.
I don't know what they're going to call right there. It was a fine throw by June Jones as he was afforded fine protection by his offensive line, as we can see. There's the throw over top of the defensive man's head. A fine catch by Rickman. And I don't know what the penalty may have been.
We'll find out in a moment from the referee, Fred Silva. Let's see if they bring it back. I don't believe so.
Defense pass interference, number 22, refused. First down.
Eddie Lewis, right cornerback on the defensive infraction.
Rickman is not a big guy at all. 5'11", 172. Every team seems to have one. Doesn't have great speed, doesn't have the great size, but has the good hands. And you saw a good example there.
Also has some good quickness, too. That was a very well-thrown ball by Junie Jones, as we saw it arched over top of Lewis, number 22, for the completion.
First down at the San Francisco 37-yard line. Patton looking for some yardage, and we get another flag. Willie McCray and Joe Harris on the stop. Bartkowski finished the day 14 out of 26 for 160 yards and 1 interception. We said it's not bad for a guy operating with a bad shoulder.
He came on strong in the second half, and that's what it takes. Mitch Francis was 4 catches for 75 yards and 1 touchdown. Rickman had 3 for 59. He's not finished yet.
This walk-off obviously will go against the Atlanta Falcons, and it's going to be a pretty good size one. Here's the call.
Offense, number 78, holding.
Mike Ken, rookie offensive tackle, number 1 draft choice of the Falcons this year. That's the second time they've gotten him for holding. That's 11 penalties for 99 yards against the Falcons. First down and 20 at the San Francisco 47. Falcons trying to run the clock down here, leading 21-3. In the latter stages of the final period, June Jones out of the grasp of Wallace Francis. Anthony Leonard back defending. Well, that's a final score now. The Steelers come from behind and beat New Orleans, and that will knock New Orleans out of the second place tie with Atlanta in the NFC West, with Atlanta scheduled to play at New Orleans next Sunday afternoon, which some of you will see. So that makes it even bigger victory for the Falcons this afternoon if they can hang on, leading 21-3 with 6 minutes and 13 seconds remaining. But you got to admit, I tell you, Saints are a much improved football team, and Archie Manning's having a great year.
Coach Dick Nolan's done a fine job down there with him. Archie is having a good year, and he's had about 6 or 7 different systems on him since he came into the game. Each couple of years has been a change for him.
2nd and 20, big rush on Jones. They're trying to strip him of the football, and they may have done just that. Let's see. Happened at the 45-yard line. Let's see if the play had been whistled dead. I think he did lose the football, but the Falcons recovered. There it is. Dave Scott, number 70, fell on the ball as the 49ers stripped Jones of the ball. I need my calculator out to figure out this yardage on 3rd down. Let's see, they have to net.
Everybody go down to the green Plymouth and turn around.
That's
I'm going to throw it
right.
straight up in the air.
They have to get to the 27-yard line of San Francisco to pick up the first down. They're at their own 44. It's 3rd and 23, I believe. And again, we get a whistle before the snap and another penalty. Philadelphia upsets Green Bay. I think that'd have to be considered an upset, wouldn't it?
I think that would be. Philadelphia 10, Green Bay 3 of the big final.
Now, if Minnesota hangs on and beats Detroit, they're just a game behind the Packers in the NFC Central.
Offense, 66, false start.
Of course, then we have Dallas playing Green Bay next week, I believe, Frank.
That's right.
That could be a big ball game, and if Dallas wins that, then Minnesota wins next week, they become number 1, right?
Well, they'll be tied.
Tied at that time. So it's proving a pretty good race in that black and blue division.
Well, another 5 yards makes this 3rd and 28. Strong caught by Harris and thrown down at the 35-yard line. Loss on that play. But the clock keeps moving with 5 minutes left to play in the game. Here's a 4th period score. Buffalo sneaking up on New England.
New England 14, Buffalo 10. Joe Ferguson to Bob Chandler for 11 yards and a touchdown. Seattle 28, Chicago 22 in the 4th period. Walter Payton on a 7-yard run.
Our score, the Falcons 21, the 49ers 3. John James, number 6, in to do the punting. Leonard is deep, standing back in his 25. Fourth and 35. Nice high kick, fair catch at the 25-yard line by Anthony Leonard, and that's where the 49er offense will put the ball in play. So Atlanta firmly in command. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left to play in the game. The punt covered 47 yards.
These are two of today's newest razors. The one on the right is the new Norelco rechargeable rotary razor. This one has 2 blades and pivots up and down. The new Norelco 36 blades in 3 adjustable floating heads and a new shaving angle. Both give you a close shave. But the new Norelco rechargeable lets you walk away from soap and water. Of course, they do give you one thing Norelco doesn't. Gotcha. The new Norelco rechargeable rotary razor. Still no gotcha.
Announcing a whole new breed of Mustang for '79. The turbocharged Mustang from Ford. With the performance of an optional turbocharged engine that took Mustang from 0 to 50 in an average of 7.1 seconds. Precise handling from sports car features and more. Mustang Turbo in 3-door and 2-door models. Capture one at your Ford dealer now.
49ers have had one good drive in this football game. In case you joined us late, that was in the first period. They drove some 79 yards. Wound up settling for a field goal. That's Lehman Bennett, second-year head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. Shortly after that, the 49ers lost O.J. Simpson for at least the day and possibly longer with a possible shoulder separation. Freddie Solomon on the receiving end of that pass at the 30-yard line. And with Simpson out of there, any offense the 49ers had, it looked like was just gone.
Well, they weren't moving the ball that well with him in there. DeBerg did not have a good day throwing the football. You really have to have both offenses going, your running attack and passing attack. If one of them bogs down and they really can concentrate on the other, you're really in a lot of trouble. And I believe that San Francisco is going to have to make some changes somewhere along the line in their offensive setup.
Pick up for 5 yards on that last play. It is 2nd down and 5, and DeBerg is hustled down by Vulcan Kuykendall.
Well, we got a good blitz, and Kuykendall has been all over the field this time. He's four times he's been knocked down. Here comes Kuykendall right here. Nobody picks him up. DeBerg never sees him, and he says, "Gotcha, baby."
Down he goes back at the 23-yard line. DeBerg is 4 out of 14 for the afternoon.
12 yards.
That is not going to do it.
No.
Nope. Total offense for the 49ers probably around 125 yards right now. And all but 12 yards of that has come on the ground. 3rd down, 13. Another penalty marker down. Well, those red shirts come after you. There's no question about that. Hofer on the handoff. Dewey McClain, pardon me, number 52. That's another sport, isn't it?
I think he plays organ for somebody.
3 minutes, 42 seconds left to play in the game. Offside penalty here against the Falcons.
They have them all up on that line of scrimmage. Look at there. Offside penalty. Not much to it. The defense has been swarming all afternoon. Played another outstanding game. Here you see the face mask grab. And that is a penalty.
27 offside, decline. 55 face mask accepted. First down.
So it is a first down. There's Fred O'Connor learning what it's like to be a head coach in the NFL.
Just keep your neck inside your shirt, kid.
It's never that way at East Stroudsburg State. This is where he went to college. Fine pass completion there goes to Kenny Harrison. Rick Bias, number 38 on the stop. What are you giggling about?
Reed was having a conversation with the pass receptor there. Look, Pridemore, he's kind of walking around like he's in seventh heaven somewhere. There he is. Stick your head in there one too many times, you will hear a little birdie tweet, tweet, tweet.
Have you had that happen a time or two?
Yes, I have, once or twice.
Nice hand for the injured player who is Tom Pridemore, number 27, being helped off the field. Bob Glazebrook goes in for the Falcons.
Final, Minnesota 17, Detroit 7. Chuck Foreman on a 1-yard run.
It's a long year for the Lion fans, isn't it?
Oh, it is. It is. They have not played well at all season long. They've had some difficulties there. Monty Clark, though, is good. Fine coach. I'm sure he'll bring the Lions back.
1st and 10. San Francisco at its 38-yard line. 3 minutes, 15 seconds left to play in the game. Atlanta has it salted away, and this means second place in the NFC West. DeBerg going long for Harrison. He made the catch. Oh, what a great catch at the 13-yard line. You talk about your concentration. Ken Harrison, third-year man from SMU, and that indeed is worth seeing again.
Some good protection by the offensive line. There's a throw by DeBerg, and actually he trips before he catches the football. That's whether he tripped on his own foot or someone else's. Right there, he goes down for some unknown reason. Ernie Jackson, number 30, was a cornerback back there covering.
I believe this is the first time in the second half that the 49ers have been beyond midfield.
I think you are exactly right.
That's a first down at the 12-yard line of the Atlanta Falcons. Hofer and Farrell, the setbacks. The blitz is on, and DeBerg trying to fight it off. Penalty marker down. Harrison was the intended receiver, and Ernie Jackson, number 30, was back there with him, and we got a pass interference call on somebody.
I don't know. Jackson is looked kind of puzzled. Looked like he may have pushed or someone pushed. Probably Jackson.
That's going to be against the Atlanta Falcons. Ernie Jackson picked up in a trade from New Orleans.
Defense. Illegal contact, number 30. First down.
That'll move it down to the 7-yard line. That's not pass interference. That's the illegal contact rule. Hitting a receiver beyond that 5-yard point.
Well, we have the final. New England 14, Buffalo 10. Joe Ferguson to Bob Chandler, 11-yard touchdown pass.
First and goal from the 7. Hofer at the 6-yard line. San Francisco trying to pick up at least a consolation touchdown here.
Atlanta's had 12 penalties for 104 yards. We've had a bunch of penalties this afternoon.
We have. Leading rusher in the ball game going to be Farrell, looks like.
We have 19 total penalties for 170 yards.
Farrell has 64 yards and 20 carries. Leading rusher for Atlanta, Patton, second stringer, has 33 yards in 10 carries. Second and goal from the 6. 2:23 left in the game. DeBerg rolling right. He's in trouble back there. Gets it away. Trying to hit Ken McAfee, the big tight end, rookie from Notre Dame, and McAfee comes up swinging at Reed. Reed, number 28, was doing a bit of taunting back there. I think McAfee went for it. He bit for it, right? Took a swing. And
see if we can see it, because Reed takes off when McAfee comes up. Watch this. Some good defensive play back there, though. There's the throw. There's the defensive play right there. Now see if we can catch this as Reed comes up. This is a funny spot.
Here's the call. It's going to go against Atlanta.
We have a dead ball foul on number 28, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Frank Reed.
He questioned McAfee's ancestry, no doubt. So half the distance to the goal. Moves the ball down to the 3-yard line. Third down, goal to go. Hofer hurdles into the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Boy, that was some dive. He took off behind the line of scrimmage.
Fine play by Hofer as you see him taking the ball for DeBerg and just following his interference up and over the top. Excellent dive.
Airborne for 4 yards. Hofer winds up in the end zone, and the 49ers have their first touchdown of the afternoon with 2 minutes and 9 seconds to go. So the big pass play from DeBerg to Kenny Harrison sets it up. Scott Bull will hold, and Ray Wershing to try the extra point, which would make it 21-10. Another penalty marker. Oh, we've had a ton. Let's see what this one's about.
The try was good. 72, San Francisco offside, will be assessed on the kickoff.
Cleveland Elam, who was offside. That's all we've seen of Elam is a little bit on the specialty teams today.
That's it.
Came in, so be sure to stick around, because in the eyes of most folks, that's the headliner this week in the National Football League. Both teams needing a win rather badly because they're playing catch-up in their respective divisions. Miami in the AFC East trailing New England, and the Cowboys in the NFC East trailing the Redskins. Dennis Pearson will be the deep man, but the Falcons are looking for the onside kick from Wershing. They've got a lot of defensive backs, some of their quicker people up in midfield. 49ers shift their entire lineup over to the far side of the field with the exception of a couple of people. So the onside is coming. There it is. Got to go 10 yards. Scramble for the ball. Who got it? I believe Atlanta recovered. That's the indication from Rick Bias. Looked like Billy Rickman fell on the ball at about the 47-yard line in San Francisco's end of the field. I understand, Mr. Unitas, that you were voted last week into the University of Louisville Hall of Fame.
Yes, I was, Frank. It was a very nice honor. We had a very nice time down over the weekend. We even saw a good football game. Louisville kind of took it to William and Mary down there.
If you're in Louisville, can Canton be far behind?
Oh, it's probably a couple hundred miles.
Falcons trying to run out the clock. Give the ball to Mike Esposito for 26. Cedric Hardman in on the stop. 2 minutes left to play in the game. Timeout called by the officials now as the 2-minute warning goes to both benches. We'll be back in Atlanta right after this.
The Computer Society. It's big news everywhere, and now it's in color TV. Computer Color 330, new from Magnavox. Computer Color 330, the all-electronic color system with 25% more lines of resolution. That means a sharper, crisper color picture than ever before possible. Touch-tune television with Computer Color 330, new from Magnavox.
Americans say inflation is the #1 national problem. Well, it's not surprising. We've had serious inflation for years now under both Democratic and Republican presidents. See, inflation is caused by too much government spending. That's why changing presidents doesn't help. You see, Congress is the arm of government responsible for spending, and they've got to be held accountable. Now, there's one thing we haven't tried in more years than you may think: a Republican Congress. This year, give a good hard look at your Republican congressional candidate. It could be your best chance to fight inflation.
Is there any significance to the fact that our producer would insist his credits go over the lovelies in the background in our director?
I don't know. It's probably call his attention to his name.
Certainly. I think it worked just the opposite, as a matter of fact. Marty Murphy, our engineer in charge here, and some of the other folks who have been kind enough to help us out in our coverage of the Atlanta-San Francisco game.
Another outstanding game by all the technical people.
2nd down 6 as we get back to play. Atlanta with the football at the 43-yard line of San Francisco. George Franklin, number 40. Loss in the play as he was hit by Bob Jury. That's a 3rd period score. Browns and the Oilers down in the Astrodome.
Pastorini to Mike Barber for 52 yards and a TD. I say one thing for San Francisco: they still think they have a shot at winning this football game. They keep calling timeouts.
That ever make you wonder, when you were behind by a lot, why they would prolong the agony by calling timeouts?
Yes, it has, especially since I was cold and trying to get into the locker room.
I was wondering if it's that bad, as bad for the players as it was for the fans.
It is if it's chilly out there, I'll tell you that.
There's our timeout situation and our time left to play. Of course, you'd never know. You know, stranger things have happened than teams overcoming a 11-point deficit in 2 minutes.
Yes.
But the way San Francisco's been moving the football, you'd think it takes somewhat of a minor miracle.
Yes, their lack of offense this afternoon certainly is bewildering, since they had such a fine ball game last week against the Washington Redskins.
3rd down 15. Falcons obviously did not have the letdown that Lehman Bennett was worried about after their very emotional game against the Rams on Monday night. June Jones over the middle. Franklin got it at the 40, down to the 35, 1st down. George Franklin doing a little juggling act there. Eddie Lewis, number 22, making the stop, but that keeps the drive going and keeps the clock moving.
There it is, little play action pass. Junie Jones looks over to his right, hits Franklin coming, sneaking across the middle. Linebacker missed his coverage, buns right there as you see coming downfield. A fine catch and fine run by Franklin. 1st and 10. The Atlanta Falcons.
1 minute and 15 seconds left to play in the game and counting. 1st down at the 33-yard line of San Francisco. Falcons with a sweep this year over the 49ers will lead the all-time series now 15-10. They split last year. Both teams last year won away from home. Esposito taking his punishment on the line of scrimmage. I'll tell you, that number 50, Joe Harris, he comes after you, doesn't he?
Yes, he's there to hit folks.
He has also a very active elbow.
He's one of those mean linebackers. Yes. I don't think he has any pads on that elbow either, does he?
I don't think so. Tough football player.
Offense, 68, false start. 1st down.
Fred Silva has had more airtime than we have.
And the Falcons have had 14 penalties for 112 yards. San Francisco 8 penalties for 51 yards.
1st down 15. Ball is back at the 37-yard line. June Jones quarterbacking. Franklin in motion to the far side. The give is to Esposito. Willie McCray trying to break him in two. Let's see, somebody call time. But at least it isn't cold. right?
No, it's been a beautiful day in Atlanta. Outstanding day. I take about 3 more months of this weather, won't even complain.
I think they want a little rain around here. Someone said that they've gone something like 24, 25 days without any rain in this area.
It's a little bit dry.
Jones going to come over to the near sideline and talk about it with Lehman Bennett. 11-point lead, 44 seconds to go. He looks at the clock. Bennett says, run the football, right?
Run the football on the ground.
Run the clock down.
Run it wide right, come back, run it wide left, tell the man to stay in bounds.
Fred O'Connor be back to the drawing board for the 49ers tomorrow.
As they not only have a bunch of new players, they have a bunch of new coaches we don't even know. We haven't seen anybody around this league at all.
They changed a couple of coaches this week. You know, Jimmy Carr left, or was fired, and is now with the Vikings. Picked up another job immediately as linebacker coach of the Vikings. And Dan Radakovich came back. Second down, 14. June Jones. 49ers going to call their last time out now. Stop the clock with 40 seconds to go. Well, you're back to Baltimore and back home to await the arrival of the 7th Unitas.
That's right. Sometime in December, first week in December, supposedly. You had a doctor the other day and said it was going to be early.
You realize 4 more and you can get your own team?
I just soon not think about it. They all have to go to college sometime. Imagine what it's going to cost by the time they get to be 18 or 19.
I'm in the midst of that, yes. I know what it costs.
You know what it costs.
Third down. 16 needed for the first down. Coming up will probably be the last play of the football game.
Yeah, another upset. New York 10, St. Louis 20. 2 in a row for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Giants hung in there rather gamely this season up until this point. They've had some problems. They lost at New Orleans last week, this week to St. Louis. And their wild card hopes are pretty well going a glimmering. Third down. Well, let's see what Jones is going to do. Going to run around a while. Take the loss as he drops back at the 50-yard line. I believe San Francisco is out of timeouts. But the clock is stopped with 35 seconds to go. Now they wind it. Here we go.
They'll stay in there, take the final 25. Assess a penalty.
And that clock will run down to about 5 seconds or so before they'll whistle the Falcons for delay of game. So they'll probably have to run one more play.
Stay in the huddle.
Fourth down. Well, that should take care of things. The Atlanta Falcons have won their 6th game of the year. They've moved into undisputed possession of 2nd place in the NFC Western Division ahead of the New Orleans Saints, who were beaten by Pittsburgh as they defeat San Francisco for the 2nd time this year, 21-10. Fred O'Connor coming by to shake hands with Lehman Bennett. And Atlanta and Bennett feel that they have a realistic chance to perhaps overtake the Rams, or at least are in good position now for a shot at the wild card spot in the National Football Conference. Final score, Atlanta 21, San Francisco 3. Frank Lieber along with John Unitas reminding you to stay tuned as the NFL Today continues after this word from your local station.
This is CBS.